That's the extent of where I'm talking about that.
Elizabeth, I never want to see her vagina.
Listen, same.
Under no circumstances should I ever see
unless
her
we are under extreme stress and duress.
I don't know what that would be. Damn, that's big. What's up, everybody? Yeah, welcome back to our pod. We just watched one of the craziest things I've probably ever seen this year so far.
I told you it was gonna be good.
Oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting all of that, not gonna lie. It was like, what, a 45-minute episode? And maybe 45 things happened.
Also, we're talking about Mom Talk, Secret Life of Mormon Wives.
What?
Yeah. Insane.
Yeah, we've been holding off on watching it. Wanted to be in the right mental space, right?
Yeah, Love Island killed us.
Love Island killed our joy. The US version.
I had to take a break.
Yeah, reality TV show was not it for a while.
We never filmed the finale for that, by the way.
We couldn't.
I can't go. Please don't make me go back there.
I can't talk about what happened. Reunion alone. Anyways, that's not what we're here. We're talking about.
We're here to talk about Mom Talk.
Yes, Mom Talk. Okay, so I don't know. I was pretty confused, honestly, when it started. It seemed like they were pressed about Mom Talk being like broken up because of this soft orgy thing that was happening.
Right.
Soft swinging.
Oh yeah,
is what they're calling it. God knows what that means. Apparently, Mormon God knows what that means.
I can't look it up.
I'll look it up. I've looked up worse things.
Yeah, while you're looking that up, what's her name? Taylor, I guess, went on a live stream to basically talk about what actually went down at these. What are they? Are they white parties? We're bringing up Diddy.
She called them orgies, honestly.
Yeah.
They're orgies.
Okay, so apparently it is apparently it looks like they have coined the term soft swinging.
After they've talked about it?
Yeah, it looks like it wasn't necessarily...
It doesn't exist.
Yeah, well, she created Mom Talk, so now she's created soft swinging.
Okay, hang on, maybe...
Maybe it's like a principle thing for me, but like, how do you soft do a thing?
Either you're
Wait,
in it or you're
what?
Not. Like, this is that whole thing of like, I'm gonna get a fucking right here.
Okay.
Soft launch pissed me off.
Okay. So this looks like a legitimate website that is a little into like the taboo kind of things.
Is it .com or .org? Or?
It's a .com, but it's not like it's a Urban Dictionary type
definition.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it looks like it's the custom of engaging in sexual activities with your partner.
Okay.
In the same room as another couple or couples, but you're not swapping or sharing.
Oh.
So it's the whole idea of you're getting used to being intimate in front of other people who are in the same room before you actually start to switch.
Okay, so it's like preliminary, let's get comfortable with this.
Yeah.
I don't know. What she was describing sounded like they got to the next level.
Right. So anything else outside of that is saying that they're calling soft swinging when you share your partner, but you never do full penetration.
Yeah, they thought soft was like
third base.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, if I was going to define it, I'd either go that way or like second base at best.
I would say they're just entry level swinging, right?
Right.
They're not like, because I feel like saying soft implies that like it's very different than actually swinging. Yeah. Whereas like you're just like in the beginning, because like let's extrapolate 2 years, if they had not had the reveal, would they have gone further than doing like oral and stuff?
Right.
100%. I have no doubt in my mind that they would have gotten
Yeah.
less freaky.
If Reddit didn't call them out,
Yeah, they would have gotten freakier over time.
they probably would have broken up marriages.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, I mean, one did break up.
I mean, exactly. If the marriage didn't break up because she had fallen for some dude, it would have 100% continued and gotten more and more intense. They just were like in the entry level stages
Right.
of like us
Right.
being.
Well,
'Cause-
like we also watched that couples to throuples thing.
Yes.
They're like, I feel like they have strict things about like polygamy.
Yes.
So to say something was like soft and not, it seemed like a cop out.
I feel like it's like just the rules were non-defined, so they're trying to use.
Right.
She's trying to backtrack. She's like, no, we weren't swinging.
We weren't fully sleeping with each other, but
Give me like at least a year, I would have been.
But it's like they clearly were doing it long enough for her to catch feelings for somebody else's partner.
Which, yeah, you can obviously catch feelings just off of kissing and
Right.
whatever intimacy they talked about.
And then she's like, well, they were kind of more like orgies. Well,
That's
There's no such thing as a soft word. You can't convince me.
it's one or the other. Yeah, it's
either
full.
a party or it's
Yeah. God. And then what happened next? Jesus.
We should probably talk about all the characters.
I don't remember all of them.
I don't know.
There was Whitney.
That's the one I remember coming up next. Whitney comes back from Hawaii with bad hair. With a husband with bad hair.
Yeah, they went too heavy on the bleach while they were in Hawaii.
Yeah, and it just like intensified from that, that sun.
Like UV.
Anyways, they come back. I need to know what they do for like a living, because like she said they bought a house sight unseen. Like,
I don't know what the housing market is like in Utah. Like, I don't know.
those are some dope houses.
Right. I don't know what the cost of living is.
It's one of those things where I have a theory that because it's such a tight knit community that they may be nice houses because they are done by like
The church.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like there's like an organization that's like in charge of like when you go to like a neighborhood that has like what's it called? Like that organization like
An HOA?
a house, yeah. Like all the houses have like a very strict what you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Mow your lawn.
Right. So
Doesn't look messy.
could be that too. Because I was like, oh, these are fucking dope houses. I would love to live here.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't actually.
I don't want to live in Utah. I don't even know if I want to visit Utah, to be quite
Very good
honest.
test. Could you guys hear me? Because I might just be.
I actually don't know if we can hear you.
You might. I mean,
You're like right next to the phone.
But it's plugged into the.
Hey.
Yeah. So Whitney comes back, and I don't know. They have this like sit down with Taylor.
Who is the other girl? Was it Macy or Michaela?
Michaela.
Okay.
She's the 23-year-old. I think she's the youngest. She had her kid at like 16. And she's been married for 6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one with the chronic illness.
Yeah, some skin thing?
I don't know. She's still figuring out.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't really listen to that compared to like everything else that happened.
It was small.
Yeah, I was like, figure that out. It's fine. But like Whitney and Michaela, they're talking before Taylor even comes in, and it's so like bitchy.
It feels very high school Mean Girl-esque.
I don't know. I think we have like a genuine ass friendship, but like if I'm sat there with a friend, like if I sat there with like our new colleague before you came into work, I'm not like, oh, she's got like Nova.
Right.
And then the second you come in, it's like, let me feel your tit. Oh my god, you're gorgeous.
Yeah,
I hate girls like that.
same.
They were practicing for the compliments they're gonna give her,
Yeah,
but
They-
also roasting the compliments they're gonna give her.
yeah.
That was next level weird to me.
It
It was uncomfortable. And I can also tell, like, when Taylor was talking and was like, oh, you know, I brought you guys into Mom Talk. Michaela was sat there just like rolling her eyes. If I saw Michaela doing, I'm like, is there something you need to say?
right? Right. So like I think Taylor kind of has the right to say it because when I first discovered Mom Talk, it was Taylor.
Okay. I never
Yeah.
saw Mom Talk.
Yeah. So I don't know how I ended up there, but I saw a little bit. But the rest of the girls, I don't really fully recognize.
Yeah.
But I know Taylor Frankie Paul. Like, I know who that is. And I know this is good. The rest of the moms are just kind of,
Background characters.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like they all might have had some sort of following to begin with,
Yeah.
but it wasn't until Taylor started putting all of that stuff together that they started blowing up. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And it's even said that when they do videos together, they get more likes, more followers.
Right.
She was like, oh, well, I had like 11K before you even started whatever Mom Talk. I'm not like, I don't think that's what Taylor was even fucking talking about.
No, it wasn't.
Excuse my language.
Might have to bleep that.
Is this a Christian fucking?
They have, nah.
Well, kind of to speak to your point, I know that's like a big part of like early TikTok was the reason that there were so many like TikTok houses and groups is because that was the way to boost your following the most because that's how like the TikTok hype house,
Yeah.
sway house, all that shit was based around them pooling together their collective audiences. That's kind of how the YouTube algorithm stuff too happens. Like a lot of your favorite YouTubers do collabs with other YouTubers.
Markiplier was doing games with his two friends or Jacksepticeye.
Yeah. And like that's just good because oh my god, not my toes, please.
Collabing is just like it's normal for
Mhm.
like whatever influencers, YouTubers, TikTokers.
And the bringing together of the two audiences shows the algorithm like, oh, people are going to this video. Let's show it to more new people. So that's like,
Gotcha.
that's why those houses do so well.
Right.
So she did a very genius thing to make her own brand of like Mom Talk and then bring together other, are obviously probably relatively famous TikTokers
Yeah.
that were in her community and be like, oh, let's fucking just run a bag up.
Yeah.
Right. So I think for them to be like bitchy about her saying that she kind of,
There's like this crazy jealousy.
yes.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah. I feel like I have stepped back into high school.
100%. And then sorry, Bane's going crazy. But
Can we address that because I want to say the weirdest thing about watching this is I keep forgetting that these women are not only moms but like older than me or my age.
yeah, they're like in their mid to late 20s or early 30s.
Yeah.
But they're acting like they're 17 again.
Right. I think the youngest one was 22 with 2 kids, which was crazy.
Yeah,
She got pregnant
I think
at 16, right?
Yeah.
that was Michaela, the 23-year-old. But when they did like this coming this season, they
Yeah.
introduced a 22-year-old.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's so much to unpack.
There's so much. I guess the next like appalling thing was when Whitney, she wanted to speak her truth about her husband.
Oh God.
This
I just,
That was even more crazy because she sat there like she's clearly struggling talking about it, telling the truth about why she ran away to Hawaii with the person that basically cheated on her.
So why Hawaii?
Not basically. He
Like you could have.
100%.
We wanted to get away from all of this. You could have literally moved 2 states away, and you would have been alone. Why did you have to go to Hawaii?
I wonder if Hawaii has
Vacation.
a Mormon community,
Maybe.
because I think that might be why they went there.
Yeah.
Because that could explain how they're getting houses so fast and quick. Because this is the modern housing market, which is not good, right? They're settling in houses in 2 months. Fuck no. Fuck no.
Never happens.
That's true. Yeah. I don't want to say it,
Hmm?
but knowing how slippery of a slope Mormon that religion can be,
Yeah.
it wouldn't shock me that yes, that's how they're getting all of this stuff. And like that was a nice house. We said that earlier. That considering one that they found it sight unseen and how nice of a house it was, but it's probably because they bought it from a builder who's also Mormon, because everybody in that community works for Mormon owned ran businesses. Because wasn't it? It's like, and it's a bit of a stretch ish, but like the FLDS down in Arizona.
Yeah, that's
I
like
think.
a commune.
Right. Like they're police officers, they're
Hospitals.
everybody is part of that community. They do not like outsiders.
Yeah.
So
Cult vibes.
yeah, I didn't want to say it.
FLDS,
Yes.
that I would say you can say is a cult. The Mormon Church, I don't know if how closely they associate with FLDS or whatever.
Again, I would say that is a slippery slope.
Yeah, fair.
This is what the Latter-day Saint thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Father Christ of Latter-day Saints. Something.
I've been approached by those people.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did.
They were like, "Please come to church." I was like, "I'm not.
I
No.
don't know.
No thanks."
It's just a very interesting thing because I've done a little research into the Mormon Church because I was on like a big, not religious thing, but like
Documentaries.
kind of, but like I was like interested in like how some of these like more extremist groups operate. Like it was originally Scientology I looked into,
Right.
but then I looked into like the Mormon Church, and it's very difficult to be a Mormon. And then the other thing too is like they're at constant risk of being excommunicated. So
Right.
I don't know. I'm super curious how the fallout of this show is for them.
Right. Like, Taylor may not have gone to her church and told them all this stuff, but now it's on television.
Yeah.
Is that almost worse than if she had just gone and told whoever is high up, like her mom told her to?
Yeah. Now we get into some deep shit because it's like, oh, maybe they're like, it's fine because you're still promoting the Mormon lifestyle.
Mormon, yeah.
So honestly, it's either way. You know, they could be pissed, they could be happy. We won't really know until later seasons.
Well, and right, and it's also who's when they call him the bishop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also
I don't
really,
know which they called them.
oh, me neither. I had no idea.
Pastor, Father,
Apparently, they call them bishops.
Bishop. Okay.
I also think it really depends on your bishop in your church.
Yeah. How sleazy they are.
Yeah, pretty much. So if they are okay with the publicity, then they're going to be okay with it. But if they're very traditional,
Now, I was a little confused about it, but Taylor didn't grow up in the Mormon community, did she not?
oh, she did.
She did.
They all did.
Because she's drinking.
Right, but they all did.
That was my thing because I didn't know that they had the access to alcohol.
Because, like, she met her husband or whatever. They were partying like crazy, and then I thought that it was like her husband that was Mormon, and then she converted or something.
I don't think so. I want to say that she grew up.
Because her mom's
Mormon. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I do remember hearing that in some areas they do have alcohol, but it's like a very different percentage than it is like outside of the Mormon community. I think it's like 1%, 2%. Like
They water that shit down.
Yeah, it's like, because I remember hearing that some kids on their mission trip went to another state, got a drink, and they were getting fucked up because it's
they're
like
not used to
going
Right.
from like 0.5% to a 4.5% beer would destroy.
Yeah. Yeah. it would.
But like
Or like an IPA would fuck up a fucking.
Oh yeah, it would.
9%
Oh yeah, it would.
fucking stout or something.
But you also have to think so that kind of so obviously Utah's a very Mormon heavy state.
Mhm.
It's probably the highest percentage
Dude,
of
that church was lit up.
of Mormons.
You could probably see it from every corner of that state.
Oh, probably. And there's multiple of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're everywhere.
it's like a beacon.
So I actually had in high school, there were a couple of families who were Latter-day Saints.
Mhm.
And I went to high school with a girl who now lives in Utah.
Mhm.
And I don't know what area she's in. But you kind of have to think, so just because they're Mormon, they're still probably going to non-Mormon ran schools.
Right.
Unless they're homeschooled. So if they're out at their friend's house and if their parents are like, okay, well, they're not Mormon, but that's fine. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
their access to alcohol
they're getting into those natty lights.
and Smirnoff Ices. You know what I mean?
And they're
As you do when you are a teenager.
right. Anyways, so back to the girls sitting down and then having that conversation. Whitney drops her bomb about, her husband being actually on
Tinder. Yeah.
Tinder. I was like Tinder. On Tinder, talking to multiple women, getting nudes and like sending nudes, and then all of a sudden he has like a porn
Addiction.
which I'll be honest, I don't quite understand. Define a porn addiction.
Yeah. I know it's a thing. And I know it's out there.
Is it like you're constantly on that and like you can't?
So, in extreme religious groups, the looking at porn is an addiction, right? Just looking at it. In extreme groups. I don't know if they mean like that or if they mean like, oh, he was jerking it every fucking hour, right?
Yeah.
That's
Right.
like kind of the gray area that they don't really explain.
Right.
Right.
Because I know that there have been people with like porn addictions who are like hiding from their partners the fact that they're watching
In a
porn.
closet,
Yeah.
I need a minute to myself.
Right. They're in the bathroom.
Yeah, because if you compare it to any alcohol addiction, drug addiction, you're like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Right.
And like your whole family knows you're shooting up, right?
Right. Yeah. And instead of taking a shot or a shooter chugging a bottle or shooting up,
You forget to
they're
mute
Or
the
you got that
audio.
bottle of vodka under your bed. And you just, I need to grab something from my room real quick. And you take just a couple shots.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, I'm back.
Yeah, you don't mute the audio. Your grandpa hears fucking some outrageous lines.
Right.
you're connected to the Bluetooth speaker
yeah.
in the kitchen.
That's for me what I think an addiction is. That you have to, you
Right.
need it all the time.
Right.
You're hiding it from your family.
Mm-hmm. I would say based on the Tinder thing,
Yeah.
he probably sits somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. I think he likes something about like it being virtual. Like he's not meeting up with these chicks.
Yeah.
As far as we know, first episode in, she
doesn't
think.
Yeah. She doesn't even know.
She has no idea. All she has is that whatever he's told her.
Right.
Yes, Michael.
So I just wanted to do some looking up because I want to make sure we're not saying the wrong thing. So FLDS is the Fundamentalist Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Mm-hmm.
They are a white supremacist, homophobic, anti-government, totalitarian cult.
Right. And they're heavily in Arizona.
Yeah.
That's Warren
Jeffs.
Yes.
The
He's the
Mormon
prophet.
Church is known as the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Right.
Oh,
So,
but what do they stand for?
hey,
Which
that's
is
a
why
much more involved
Yeah.
Google
but
search.
that's
Different video.
but that's why I said that it's a slippery slope,
Yeah.
because they like to say that they're all Mormon, but you've got the very extreme version
Right.
of
There's-
that.
Yeah.
Which you have that in any religion.
Any religion, yeah.
Yeah,
What is
fucking traditional Baptists would kill me, 100%. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah. Anyways, back to the girls sitting down
For the third time.
Anyways, all of a sudden, Winnie stops talking, and then what? Taylor's like, actually, I have an announcement too. But like, to me, it's like, yeah, I'm sitting down with my girlfriends, like what Demi said. She's like, you always have the mom talk moms to lean on.
Right.
So I was like, okay, this is like their little therapy session.
Right. They're all airing grievances.
Right. Let's go around the room. What's going on with you?
Right.
No, that was the Whitney show, and she didn't want anybody else talking.
Yeah.
She wanted them all to just cry for her.
Right. And focus on the fact that her husband is a cheating asshole.
Yeah, and you ran away to Hawaii with him and then blamed it on Taylor.
Right.
In the first place.
Right.
So, unfortunately, Taylor has like a miscarriage with her boyfriend.
recovered fit
boyfriend. He's in recovery, and we love it. Good for him.
I'd say he's doing pretty well.
He talks a lot about program, and like that sit down with like they were at sushi. I was like, okay, yeah, I can tell he is in his steps and he's trying to change his life. And even Taylor's like, he tries to like make me a better person. I'm like, well, that's part of the process of sobriety. Constantly trying to do the next best thing for yourself and others.
Right.
So, but like the second Taylor says that, she's like, Whitney's like, I cannot believe she just stole my spotlight. Like, what? Comparatively, your cheating ass motherfucking boyfriend and Whitney having a fucking miscarriage, or what is it?
An ectopic pregnancy.
Ectopic pregnancy.
Yeah.
Two vastly different things, and like no one was like, "Oh my god, Taylor, like, girl,
are you okay?
Like, are you okay?" Like,
yeah,
that's devastating
for
some women.
And an ectopic pregnancy can kill her.
Yeah.
It can kill her. She can go into sepsis and shock and die.
Wild.
Everyone was kind of like, "Oh wow."
They don't like her, which is
they
insane.
Really don't. Because I'm like, if you came to me like we had like obviously our own problems, I'd be like, holy shit, and it'd probably be like us crying on this couch right now.
Probably.
You know, that's like I feel like real friendship, and like I hate the whole cliquey girl thing.
It almost, now that we're kind of talking about it and rehashing it, and I'm thinking back to that scene, it feels kind of like, Taylor said it. She's like, now I feel like the scapegoat for Whitney's problems.
For her problem, yeah.
And everything. And it was like, the rumors were there shortly after the whole soft swinging bullshit leaked. And they're all pissed at Taylor for making that video.
For basically telling the truth.
For owning up to it. She's like, hand to God. Yeah. This is what happened.
Hand to Bishop.
Yeah. She's like, there's no point in hiding it.
Yeah. Because
the truth is going to come out eventually.
Dude, it's on Reddit. You can't take shit off Reddit.
Right?
They talk about Reddit so much.
It's actually insane. But, so they're all pissed at Taylor for being honest and open about it. But they also, at the same time, want to keep her around because they know if they don't, they're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
They're not doing anything. Yeah. They're losing
Mom talk.
Yeah. They're losing their followers, any sort of brand that they've built up. It's all gone.
Yeah. And then Taylor even said, like, after that whole live thing, they all made TikToks. I think I saw one. I don't know who the couple was, but it was like, my husband and I want to swing with you. And they had like bats and they were like swinging.
Yeah.
they all like made a joke of it, maybe to save face, but like doing that also sets fire to whatever live stream Taylor put out.
Right. If
You're
they
almost
were
confirming it.
right, if they really weren't agreeing with it, they would have
Said nothing.
Yeah, they would have laid low.
Yeah.
I mean that, or they would have like they would have combated it with like evidence and like an actual argument.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
I
like,
was never there.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Because it's just weird because, like, I can't see someone saying that, like, I hooked up with all the husbands and then being like, well, I obviously lied, right? I only hooked up with, like, 10. But I'll say all for the sake of, like, you know, drama. Like, that's a crazy lie.
Yeah.
And no one called her out on that publicly because they're like, well, she did fucking suck off James, right? She sucked off
James.
Why? That was outrageous.
You mean James?
James. Off Jamie.
But the other thing is she never said how many of the husbands. So like you see probably close to 10 females at any given time. She said it was a small group of them.
I'm thinking maybe like
The originals?
3 or 4 couples. Yeah, like
Yeah.
the original people.
Because
There's
I
4
was
girls.
Yeah, because she never once said that it was all of them, that it was a massive group. She said there was a few of them. There was a handful, right?
Right.
She alluded to it being maybe 5.
And I think Demi was like, you know, Taylor did ask if she could swing with me and my husband, my 46-year-old
She
husband.
100% was swinging. I don't care what she says. She was
think?
100%. Yeah, because she bragged. She was like, I guess we're fun to swing with.
Yeah.
We would be fun to swing with.
We're a hot couple.
Yeah. And I'm like,
Dude, your
you and
husband's
your
old.
46-year-old husband are the hot couple for swinging? I think it means you just are bored having sex with each other. I think that's what you said.
Yeah, he's reached his middle-age spread.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I was confused because they had like a little group gathering earlier in the episode, and I was like, oh, it's all of the Mom Talk girls. But then there was like saying, Taylor sucks. Fuck Taylor. And I was
She
like,
wasn't there, right?
Taylor's there, right? And then I
No.
guess she wasn't there. So I don't know.
So it almost feels like they are like, okay, well, come over to my house at 3 o'clock. But they tell Taylor to be there at like 3:30 or 4.
Right.
So they have like their own little powwow without her to talk shit.
That's
Exactly.
insane.
And then they invite her in, and they are the fakest group of people
Mhm.
I've witnessed in a hot minute.
It is really almost worse than Real Housewives of like Beverly Hills.
Right, because at least they're saying shit to each other's faces.
100%.
They're throwing drinks. Like, shit's getting messy on Real Housewives.
Yeah. There's some like morals there.
Yeah.
But here it's like, I don't know what I thought that house was for the mom talkers.
Oh, they don't have a Mom Talk house, I don't think.
No, they
I
don't.
thought that's what they were saying.
No.
No.
So they alluded to, or alluded is not the right word. I think she said that they're the equivalent of having like the hype house or the sway house without actually living in the same house.
Okay.
Yeah. That's not allowed.
There's also too many kids.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think CPS would be all over that shit in a minute, dude.
So
If you had like 1,000 kids in one house.
they like film maybe in designated houses or someone's designated house, but at the end of the day, they go home to their own.
Yeah.
But it's almost like they're not allowed to film with outside people, right? Because I feel like Hype House really only filmed with Hype House.
That was kind of the weird thing, was that it was a way of limiting collaborations within a collaboration.
Right.
Like
a secret group.
within a
You
group,
need the
though,
password.
right? Like it's like Fight Club, except everyone knows about Fight Club.
But don't talk about Fight Club.
Don't dance outside of Fight Club. We all dance
The
together.
number one rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. You're on fucking television talking about it.
Yeah. Right, because that's what Hype House and Sway, they
I've not heard of Hype House or Sway.
really, because that's the next drama. Have you heard of you've mentioned Hype House, right? All the drama that's now coming out about Hype House because the NDAs are null and void now. They're done.
We're powwow about this.
Yeah.
You'll have to fill me in.
Oh, we're gonna all get.
So
Pause.
okay, before we get into a whole different set of drama in Hype House, we've got to circle back to Mormon moms.
Okay.
Mom talk.
God, what happened next?
The arrest.
Yeah, we got to talk about Taylor's addiction to alcohol.
Yeah, because
the,
when she
the
was
DV case.
when she was sat down, what is his name? Dakota.
Yeah.
When she was sat down with Dakota, who 100% looks like a drug addict.
in
that lighting.
You guys, I think it's the angle of the camera.
I think it was, and maybe it was the outfit, and it looked like his tooth was chipped.
It is.
Oh, it is.
It is 100%.
I was like, it looks like he came off the fucking street.
But you know, a flannel sometimes ain't the right look for everyone. You know.
Flannel and backwards cap and
I see
Bentley.
the crazy thing is that like I've seen him in TikToks and in photos. Yeah, and I'm like, you know what, Taylor?
Yeah.
Go off, Queen.
Right.
Like he's okay. And then that and some other photos, I'm like, man's receding hairline. He's trying to hide it.
Yeah.
He looks strung out. And I'm like, that's not the same man.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
Miracle of editing.
Because like I saw her like her TikToks with him, and I was like, okay, blue eyes, like
Yeah.
swole, like,
Yeah.
taller than her ex-husband.
Right.
He's looking swole, dark, handsome.
Yeah.
Talk about that in an earlier episode.
Shameless plug.
It's our last episode.
Reference to the last episode.
Yeah, that lighting was bad.
Yeah.
The angle was bad because he really did look like he was maybe 6 months sober at that point. He looked.
God, I would like to know how much sobriety he had at that point.
I think it showed a lot that he was like, I really cannot encourage you to party because I could die. Like,
right, this is a life or death situation for me.
I'm not messing around here. I don't want to die.
I've chosen sobriety. This is, if I go back out, it will kill me. I almost died the first time.
I guarantee
or
you.
however many times that was at that point. Whatever bottom he hit at that point. And he's like, this is my boundary. If you want to be with me, like, we have to be sober living. Which is okay. I mean, personally for me, it's like, I don't care if my partner drinks, but I cannot. So, like, I don't know.
I think that there's a respect about it too.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because we drink in front of you and around you.
I drink a lot, yeah.
I encourage you.
You're funny when you're drunk.
You're a great drunk. I, on the other hand, no.
But, like, I also think that I'd like to think that we're not assholes about it. We're not disrespectful about it.
No, and there can be some instances where it's like normies sometimes don't understand the concept of not being able to just have one drink.
Right.
So you guys understand that level of that.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So you're not like, oh, just have one, you know? It'll be fine.
Yeah, have one water, dude.
Water.
Hydrate.
We'll get you a little Olipop and we'll put it in a wine glass so you can feel fancy AF. You know?
Like that game night where you just like made mocktails. Like, that meant a lot to me.
Yeah. And
like I have anxiety about not being able to like go to parties and like drink.
Right.
Like, be that person with a water bottle.
But also, like, obviously, like, I'm not a heavy drinker either.
Right.
So, like, I also think that because I grew up in that household. So I feel like
Oh yeah, you've experienced it.
I've experienced it. So I don't want to reach the point where like that becomes a thing for me.
Yeah. No, dude,
And-
I didn't either.
But circling back to that, he's talking about being sober and it
Yeah.
being life or death, and it cuts to her like doing her own little interview with the
Yeah.
camera, and she's like, I'm gonna get fucked up.
I
I'm gonna-
love alcohol.
Yeah.
I thought
Okay,
that was
so
so
good.
weird.
I wasn't gonna say anything at the time, but I was like, she's talking about alcohol like she cannot live without it,
Right.
and that seems like a problem.
And that's where I like kind of want to be like, that's the disrespectful part of it, right? So like, I feel like he maybe wouldn't necessarily have a problem with her drinking if it was every now and then,
Yeah,
or maybe if he wasn't around at all and she was with her girlfriends and they were
Gotcha.
having a couple of drinks or whatever. But the fact that is like, oh yeah, I understand, blah blah blah, and then she turns around and is like, I'm getting fucked up tonight for sure. After he just tells you this, I'm like, okay, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
Because you could be respectful of that.
yes, but I will say for her going through like all this public, I want to say humiliation, and then losing a baby. I understand her level of drinking in a way,
Yeah,
but go to therapy as well.
right. Talk to your bishop.
Talk to the bishop, which she clearly is avoiding.
Yeah.
Which is, I think that's like a common thing when someone is like scared of like thinking about something that went bad for them. They avoid having outsiders look at it. So I think she's like trying to protect herself. So I can understand why she's drinking. I just find it weird that like she's having a discussion about like marriage with this guy and he's like, my rule for marriage, we gotta like not party. And
Yeah.
she's like, totally, I want to party. Why continue why continue to do the
She's 28, right?
yeah, she's fully an adult, right? Because I would be like, it'd make more sense logically to be like, oh, okay, maybe we're not at the same space in our lives.
Right.
We can
I
like
want to party.
separate.
Yeah.
Maybe come back in like a month or two, see if we've changed. Which I think her mom was trying to tell her. Her mom was like, you just got divorced.
Maybe you should process that situation
Yeah.
Yeah.
and all of that drama before you jump into something else.
Yeah. But her mom commented on her TikTok, like, red flag, like, you know, let's hit the brakes. And she just deleted. Fuck you, mom.
That's like the most Zoomer thing I've ever heard.
But I also, I don't know, right? Because we're not Mormon.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily get that whole. I don't understand the rules and everything that happens. So I can almost feel like she probably hasn't gone to the bishop as well because they excommunicate very easily.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're getting into kind of like that cult like thing again. The minute you're excommunicated or you leave of your own volition, you're cut off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your friends don't talk to you. Your family, like she loses everybody. You're literally alone. And so that could be, it's also why she probably turns to alcohol. It's a coping mechanism because of all of this shit that's happening. And then you pile on the fact that if she owns up to it,
Could
She
go
loses
back.
her old community.
she loses everything.
And like, kind of on that point, if it's a community where it's like, oh, like your house is a Mormon approved house,
Right.
your kids are Mormons still, but you're not. They can't live in that house with you. You
Right.
can't live
And
with
then you're looking at a good chance that the judge is Mormon.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The lawyer for him is Mormon. She's probably not going to be able to get a Mormon lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
And so then she's now losing any sort of custody she has of her kids.
It's high stakes, low reward.
God, yeah. Spooky shit, dude.
Creepy. Anyways, yeah. So then, they go home that night?
Yes.
It's like, I love you. How long have they been dating, first of all? I want to say
I want to comment that Mormons move crazy fast.
crazy fast. So it may be like 5 days.
Legitimately, I think that she said it's been 2 months since
The divorce.
the divorce.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know personally. I've never told anyone I love them within 2 months. So, or talked about marriage either. That's like
Yeah.
crazy early.
I think he's thinking, oh, she almost had my baby. Maybe this is a
True.
serious
Yeah.
relationship.
100%.
You dodged a bullet, my guy.
I'm not denying their love. They could love each other. It's just
I don't think she loves him.
I
Like,
think
he
that,
may like
yeah.
her a whole lot more than she likes him.
I think she's trying to find something.
To hold on to. Yeah.
Yeah, she's in a really sad state.
Yeah, honestly. So yeah, they go home that night, and all of a sudden it's like we're watching a Cops episode.
That was some sick
Yeah, that
editing.
was crazy.
That transition, like operator 911, what's your emergency?
Right, because at first I thought she was calling, and then
Yeah.
it's like, oh no, this is a neighbor
They're like-
calling.
Neighbors like someone's like in the garage screaming.
The door keeps opening and
Pissing
closing.
themselves.
They're Morse coding using the garage. I don't know Morse code. Please come.
Yeah. So cops show up. Dakota's like, she keeps just like hitting me. Keep hitting me, man. Get out of me, hey, man.
No.
And then she's like, I pissed myself. That's how scared I was. Which,
You're drunk and he locked you in a garage and you didn't have a fucking bathroom.
yeah, I
Let's be
mean,
real.
who knows? So that's where I think it's like weird. I want to know what exactly happened, but I guess there's not any footage, so we won't never
Which
know.
is wild to me. I mean,
That there's no cameras inside of their house, or
I don't know what time of night it was. Obviously, it's like the crew for the show left at a certain point. I don't know.
yeah.
So that happened February of 2023. That whole domestic charge and arrest. She was charged with aggravated assault, 2 counts of domestic violence in the presence of a child, child abuse, and criminal mischief. She pled guilty to the assault charge in August, and then the other charges were dropped. They'll be held for 3 years, and then if she completes whatever,
Probation.
yeah, it'll be dropped to a Class A misdemeanor. He was also arrested and
Class A still goes
charged,
on your record.
where he was arrested on misdemeanor charges of assault, criminal mischief, and commission of domestic violence in the presence of a child. So he's claiming that she threw a phone and a wooden playset at him, threw heavy metal chairs that ended up hitting him in the head, put him in a chokehold, and was kicking him.
What, you showing me, Mike?
No.
No.
38 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't want us to show you guys the time.
I should have set a timer.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Also, double check that the mics are still.
Yeah, we're good.
Agreed.
Dang, they charge for a pretty good amount, huh?
So that's
Yeah.
what she was charged
I
with.
don't know what the DV laws are in Utah.
I don't know either.
I know in Connecticut nowadays, if cops are called, they have to take away at least one person because of some lady that got killed after they didn't
Right, remove.
separate them.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, that's a laundry list of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Sounds like it was not a good.
I mean, she told on herself, I feel, when she was talking to that cop.
Yeah.
He kind of looked at her and was like, okay, you clearly are the problem and you're fucked up.
Yeah.
Right. It's very visible to see that she's under the influence of something.
Right, and they didn't show him, but if he had some kind of like markings of assault on him.
Yeah, if he was hit in the
Yeah.
head with this metal playset or chair.
Yeah, and the way she described it, she was like, he was throwing something at me, I threw something back at him, so they both like beat each other up, basically.
Right. Which is why he was also charged
Yeah,
with
the assault.
things. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that surprised me.
I forgot that happened because I remember last year
Mm.
when that went everywhere. It was all I could see. It was like she was arrested for domestic violence. And at the time, I was like, I don't really care.
I really did not see any of this.
Oh, man.
Neither did I.
It was popping off on my TikTok.
Yeah.
I had all the gossip channels talking about
Your
this.
TikTok is vastly different.
Yeah,
to be
let's-
fair, I don't really follow moms.
I don't either. I just somehow end up on like trending pages.
Home-ec-y, kind of
Yeah.
wholesome.
Well, apparently not so wholesome.
Not so wholesome.
So wholesome.
Yeah. I think that was basically the episode.
Yeah, I think we ended
I think
after.
It did end there. But I'm really interested to see how her friends treat her now that she's been arrested.
Bad.
Terribly. I think that's why Whitney goes on this whole, like, I'm now the queen of mom talk. I must take over.
Weird, right?
Yeah.
Why does there have to be
A queen.
a
Leader?
queen? Yeah.
Because they're like a middle school clique.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, and then in the preview, it's like you're either Team Whitney or Team Taylor.
What
Yeah.
is this fucking Twilight arguments from 2008, dude?
But
Kill
worse.
me now.
Because it's cattier
Oh, it's so catty.
and two-faced.
Yeah.
This is why I was never friends with girls in high school. Couldn't freaking do it, especially with cheerleading. It's like everyone was in their little clique, little circle, and I was just like,
It was awful.
sat there like, can we get to work here? Like, what are
I
your priorities?
feel
We've got
that.
deadlines to meet.
The
goddammit.
crazy thing, so like the crazy, because that's how my squad was as well. It was super cliquey, and I cheered because I really liked to cheer.
Cheer.
Yeah.
We're going on at halftime. Let's get this routine together because it sucks right now.
Yeah, I'm like, I've been bringing on. What the fuck? What do you mean?
Right?
Like, let's go. And I really liked the stunting that we did as well.
Oh, loved it.
There was so like I don't know, I really enjoyed it, and I was there for that. Plus the uniforms were really cute. But we had cliques, and I thought here's what crazy. I thought that I had found someone within my cheer squad who felt similar to me
Yeah.
about it. Like they just really liked to cheer. They didn't like the drama. Turns out, biggest backstabber of them all.
Absolutely not. I don't think I had one genuine relationship on the cheer squad.
Yeah, I didn't. I want to say all but one that I was like kind of in that group with didn't backstab me. We just
Indifferent.
did in different. Apart from cheerleading, that's kind of really all we had
Yeah.
in common. And I still like her to this day.
Yep.
We're not BFFs, but she's about one of them out of the 20
Yeah.
that we
It's
had.
okay to be around.
Yeah.
There's no bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, that's sad, guys. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Oh, it
Welcome,
sucked.
welcome to female girlhood.
Welcome
was
to
always-
female.
I was gonna say femalehood, but that's not a. It's welcome to girlhood.
Womanhood.
Yeah, there we go. Except more girlhood, because if you're a genuine, mature woman, you're not gonna act like that. But
Damn, that's deep, dude.
Sometimes.
Snaps, huh?
thank you, thank you.
No, that's actually really depressing to hear. I'm not gonna lie. I really don't feel good hearing that. I really thought you guys were like, in high school, you guys were like making friends, enjoying your various activities.
I hated high school, dude.
I mean, I hated it too, but I was hoping you guys at least had like some highlights.
I think the problem, which I don't think you might get, because you were in like some smaller schools, kind of growing up until you got to like high school. I don't know what your class size was.
I
Your
don't
high
either,
school size.
honestly.
So I would say for me, growing up, I knew everybody in my entire school, and even elementary. Like, so even in elementary school, I knew quite a few kids from other elementary schools because we were so small. And so when you kind of get into high school and they throw you all together, it wasn't big enough for you to like, okay, well, if this friend group isn't necessarily working or is too much drama, you can kind of find new people to work your way into, because everybody knew everybody and there's no getting away from it at all.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like that, but once you got to high school, if you really weren't clicking with your friends, you could find another group.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh no. We were screwed because it very much feels, I feel like I'm back in high school watching this, and they kind of say at the beginning it's like being in a small town. The minute that a rumor starts, it's going to everybody.
Everyone and their fucking grandma.
Apparently. Yes. And you are then viewed in a specific light and you can't get away from it.
Yeah. I mean, I was friends with like one girl from my elementary school. Is still in high school. Like, she was on the band team, color guard, whatever. I actually rather hung out with her than the cheer squad.
Right.
So.
Yeah. I don't know. It's difficult, but yeah, this is very much giving me
trauma flashbacks.
A little bit. A little bit. just a little bit. The vying for like who's got to be on top of the pyramid here is.
I knew she was gonna say that shit before she even said it.
Yeah.
I saw the change in her face, and she was like, "I can't believe this."
Yeah, that was crazy because you called it.
I did call. She sat there crying about her fucking fuck ass husband.
Yeah.
Well, someone had a legit miscarriage.
Which makes me feel like I might be being a dick here. That makes me feel a little bit less like she actually. How do I put this without sounding like an actual dick?
Just do it.
Go for it.
It made me feel like the entire build up to that was like not even a thing that she cared about, really. You know, she cared about her friends feeling bad for her.
Yeah, she wanted the attention.
Getting attention. 100%. She actually didn't care at all that her husband has cheated on her since the beginning of the relationship.
Right.
Right. And then even when she was talking to her husband before she even sat down with the girls, he was sat there crying. Don't know why.
And like, what? He's talking about being a victim.
He was like, I don't want the story to get out and it be like people thinking that I'm the victim because I hurt my wife. And that's the real issue.
What world would he ever be put as the victim?
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
He's always going to be the bad guy in this situation.
That is a fuck ass marriage. Segment of the day. Fuck ass marriage.
But I'm also like, I don't know, like also her when she's building up to crying, and it's like, just come clean about the rumor, right? They all knew it was happening. You could have just been like, you could have just owned up to it. There was no need to cry and be upset about it. And if you really did care that much about his indiscretions and everything,
you wouldn't have gone to Hawaii with him.
Yeah, why? A, why did you run away? And B, why are you still with him?
Take the kids, go to your mom's.
Why are you not at the very least separated and working on your marriage?
Right.
You've now just ran away and like brushed it under the rug, and now that there's cameras around you, you're crying. Yeah.
That makes me feel, because it makes me feel like if the cameras weren't there, she would have just never talked about it. And then she was like, oh, well, this is a kind of a way for me to get some publicity.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll have my weird husband cry about him not being a victim and me being the victim. And then I'll cry to my friends and kind of like get everyone on my side, right?
Yeah.
Because Reddit's going to fucking have a field day with this because Reddit's always in the back of their mind.
So the amount of times they mention Reddit is insane. I do wonder if in that scene when they're all on the couches after Whitney said her piece about her husband, if one of the other girls, apart from Taylor, if it was Macy, Kinsey, Demi, whoever, if they would have said a problem that was happening in their life, if she would have had that reaction. It almost felt that she was trying to get sympathy and brownie points to pull away from Taylor. And the minute that Taylor said something and pulled attention, that's when she got mad.
Yeah, because she went on the whole spiel of like, I can't trust you anymore, Taylor. I may have touched your tit. Can't trust you
Yeah.
at all. I can't tell you. I can't confide in you. But then she did.
Right.
Yeah, that was funny too, because she got mad at Taylor for lying about all of the weird stuff that had happened with their
As
relationship.
she lied.
And then Taylor was like, all I said was that we like all hooked up,
That everyone was responding.
and that she's like, well, it didn't happen. My husband never was on Tinder the next day, so he was on Tinder, by the way.
Right, what did she say? Like, they took his old high school photos or
Yeah.
something and
Yeah.
posted into Tinder profile. She made up this whole fucking spiel.
Yeah.
To go through all of that and make up a whole lie just to go back and be like,
By the way,
actually,
yeah,
he's kind of a dog.
conveniently, after they sign with Hulu to get a docuseries.
Hulu producers like, we're gonna give you a spotlight.
Yeah.
Be ready for it.
You ready?
Yeah. They've got this weird beef between the two of them.
Jealousy.
Yeah, that I feel like is very much one-sided.
Whitney.
Yeah, on Whitney's side, 100%.
So from what I've seen so far, yeah, I agree. I don't know if it's gonna get more information as we watch.
I have seen.
Oh.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Which, if you're on this side of TikTok, you already know. It's not a spoiler.
I don't know what our viewers.
I don't know who we are, what we're doing, and where we're
We'll
at.
see after this.
I don't know if we're like marketing to mom talk.
I think anyone who's clicking on an hour-long video reviewing the episode
is in Mom Talk.
Mom Talk.
They're deep in this drama.
Yeah, if you put that as
if you hashtag Mom Talk this, facts.
I don't want to
Yeah,
hashtag.
You
Mom
have
Talk
to.
this.
You have to hashtag Mormon Mom Talk. Yeah. Winnie left.
Oh, she did all that just to leave.
She's at least at the end of all of this. As of right now, she has made a TikTok or something that she's left. But even now, it's very weird because she's made a video. She's left Mom Talk. Taylor, Frankie, Paul is commented on it and said,
"Wish you the best."
Something supportive with like heart hands. But then the rest of Mom Talk are filming TikToks and are like she's the problem kind of TikToks, and then like goodbye, Whitney's the problem. Okay. And I'm like, okay, so wait, like, how are we being supportive but also assholes at the same time?
I don't know. I feel like Taylor just being like, have a good life is mature in a way.
Yeah, I don't know if Taylor is actually in these videos that are like dissing Whitney now that she's left.
Gotcha.
I don't remember. I've watched some TikToks.
I'm very curious to see if this is a one-sided war or if there's like some other aspect that we're missing.
Yeah, I don't know.
There'll be more to come. For sure.
Can we talk about the preview that we saw? So you've mentioned the like touching of the breast implants, right? In a restaurant, a full restaurant.
Pretty sure I saw Cooter.
Oh my god, you did!
Yeah.
We saw Cooter.
Yeah, in the preview for episode 2,
it was blurred.
There's like 5 of them on this bed, and
they sat looking at her.
She just drops her drawers.
She said, "Look at it; it's swollen."
Yeah, because she had a. What is the term that I'm looking for?
Brazilian.
No, she had a procedure done. She had a procedure done. What is that called? It's blanking me, but I know
rejuvenation.
Like, yeah, she rejuvenated her vagina
to make it look like porn star vagina.
Or she's had 2 or 3 kids and she's getting that shit fixed.
Instead of Kegels.
Yeah, she could have had a labiaplasty.
Got you.
I don't know.
Wow. And then she showed her friends.
Yeah, the results of her plastic surgery procedure.
Oh wow.
That's my guess. Because there's no way I'm getting a Brazilian and being like, hey, look at this.
Look how smooth she is.
Yeah. Like, I might tell you and be like, you've got to try it, but I'm not showing you.
I don't want to try it.
You know what? Like, that's the line. Like, that's the extent of where I'm talking about that.
Elizabeth, I never want to see her vagina.
Listen, same.
Under no circumstances should I ever see her
Unless
Twitter.
we are under extreme stress and duress.
I don't know what that would be. Go to the ER.
It's one of those things like, what if one day, right, God forbid, something happens and you have to identify her?
By her fucking
Please take my dental records.
Please, for the love of God.
That's a new girl joke.
Just a strand of hair.
Listen, if I at any point will, like, if you give birth and I am there, maybe. That's like the only possibility.
This was like a very personal conversation.
Like, check it, see if we come out. Yeah. How far along am I?
But like an accident, you know what I mean? Like if you holding your hand with you in the labor and delivery room, and like I accidentally.
Well, yeah, at that point it's just bush.
So that's honey. I'm sending you to a wax person. I'm not helping you shave. Hopefully, at that point,
boundaries in this situation. We're not that close.
Listen, no, I don't think I could do it. I want to say that I've seen, I don't know if they're real or not, I've heard stories. Girls have some bonding experiences with like.
I thought you'd seen some shit.
No, I'm not. Thank God. I want to say that I've read some stories where like they've dug in their friend's vagina to
Like,
find a tampon. Yeah.
I've heard of those
Yeah.
stories.
Actually go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Actually, the hospital.
Like about the only way that's happening is if we're on like a naked and afraid situation. You know what I mean?
There's no doctor.
We're stuck in the Sahara Desert. There's nowhere to go. Like, I am the only one. This is
At that point, why do I have a tampon?
exactly. You
Oh
just
my
free
God.
bleed.
Anyway.
Thanks for coming to our mom talk.
We'll have more to come. We'll talk about this probably a lot because there's a lot that goes on in every single episode. Thanks for listening.
You tell me that you do. Dirty, dirty boy. You know everyone is talking on the scene. I hear them whispering about the places that you've been.